Good afternoon, everybody. Okay, this is going to be our video on custom cutting. Just a brief background. Ever since I've been serving online, dating back to 1998, we've been featuring custom cutting services and probably have more experience in this than any place else you're going to see online. And so what I would like to do is go over the procedure with you. Okay. First thing you're going to do here, when you're on the home, this is our home page here of our website. You're going to come over here, and what you're going to want to do first is choose whether you want an August Vintage brand or a distinctive brand. Okay. We can cut standard cut diamonds, but there's so many of them on the market we could generally find. People who are placing top priority on diamond beauty generally come to us for either our August Vintage or our distinctive brand. August Vintage are our ideal cut vintage diamond varieties. The distinctive brand is our ideal cut modern faceted varieties. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to choose whichever brand type you would like us to cut for you. And you'll notice at the top of the page here, it'll say custom cut, lab grown, or mined diamond varieties. So this is assuming you've looked in, say you were shopping for whatever, lab grown or mined, you didn't see what it was you really wanted to get. Like for example, right now we're sold out of 3 to 4 carat August Vintage cushion elongated. So you'd click on custom cut, and you get here a listing of all of the diamonds that we will custom cut for you. The August Vintage Asher, 2 different varieties of the August Vintage European cut, August Vintage Old Mine, August Vintage Cushion Square, Transitional, August Vintage Cushion Rectangular, Elongated. So what you're going to do is you're going to come down onto these links, click on the appropriate one, choose the size you want to get, add to cart, and check out with it. It's as simple as that. So just a little bit about the process, though. This is all pretty much straightforward and self-explanatory. It doesn't take rocket science to figure that out. Now, when we're custom cutting, okay, the cutting process is going to take, figure on average to play safe, 8 weeks. Our cutters, they'll tell the client 6 weeks or sometimes 4 to 6 weeks. They say that in the hopes that they're going to have it done sooner, but experience tells me, let me prepare you for 8 weeks just to play safe. Is there the possibility it can come in sooner? Perhaps. But we're going to say 8 weeks to play safe. Now, when it comes to custom cutting, we're going to target VS1 through VVS1 clarities. We like nice, clean, rough. We also target, when it comes to colors, D through G colors. The reason we target D through G colors is because in the world of lab-grown diamonds, as the diamond color decreases, the colors tend towards brown. It's kind of, and sometimes they can get like a murky brown. We experimented with it when we first started doing this. People weren't happy with the color, so we made an executive decision here to stick with D through G colors. This way, they are white and clean. Now, when it comes to the cutting, so once you place your order, okay, you place your order for the custom cut. We put the order in, and then our diamond cutters, our diamond manufacturers begin the cutting process. After a number of weeks, after say about 4 weeks, they send over to us files of what it is that they cut. So let me show you some examples. Alrighty, so take for example this here, this we're going to take a look at this one here. This is a 280 August Vintage Cushion elongated. Now, once the diamond cutting is completed, I am forwarded over 3D models of each of the diamonds for personal inspection on quality assurance. We ensure that all of these facets under the table are red. On the sides, blue is fine, or red. It results in no visual difference there. And that is the key standard of the patent for the August Vintage brand. Now, so when they send over a file, for example, and it looks like this, where you got greens and blues, on these facets, that's a no-go. That's a cancel. Actually, it's not a cancel. What it is it needs to be fixed. So what I'll do at that point then is show the cutters exactly what facets it is that need to be fixed, what angles they need to be cut to. They resend the file over to me, and as long as it's like this and comparable, then we give it a thumbs up, and then the diamond goes to the laboratory to be graded. Once it goes to the laboratory to be graded, as soon as it gets out of the lab, they get shipped back to us here in the United States. We're the only company, we're either the only company. Well, I know we're the only company that does it with these. But we're also one of the only companies amongst maybe 3 or 4 companies online that cut their diamonds to this excruciating level of QA and detail. And why do we do that? Because if you're cutting a diamond for beauty, light performance is something we see that is an aspect that cannot be compromised. So if you're going to get the most beautiful diamond, we're going to make sure of it 110%. You're guaranteed that. Here's another one that had to be fixed. You notice this big dark facet on the bottom. Okay, people who are trying to copy the brand, and they get their letters of cease and desist, of course. But people who are trying to copy the brand, this is generally what always results. We just ran into a thing of this recently. So if they're cutting it with facets that are not illuminating under the table, that doesn't break our patent. Okay? So the best that the competitors can do is maybe get these 2 facets lightened up. But these north and south facets will either be dark or a crushed ice appearance, which is the most common results from cutting elongated cushions. If you notice on the market, the 99.9% of them have adverse optical effects that would never in a million years make our brand. Okay, so this is another example. This came out perfect. This is an August Vintage European cut daisy, and gorgeous edge-to-edge optics. No European cut in the world is cut to the August Vintage standards. And once again, absolutely gorgeous, patented optics. We guarantee the results on this each and every time. So every single one of our custom cut diamonds are... Last thing I want to make sure I also include on this is when we select the rough diamond that's going to be cut, if it's a chemical vapor deposition stone, if it was grown through this method of CVD or chemical vapor deposition, those diamonds can have issues when it comes to internal graining or internal stria. And when you're in certain lighting environments, it can make the diamond look hazy. Our cutters, we select rough that is clear and clean of that. Now, don't get me wrong. All CVD diamonds do, to some extent, have internal graining and striae. It's a known characteristic and identifier of CVD lab-grown diamonds. But there are certain patterns and striations within the lab-grown CVD that can cause it to be hazy. Our cutters eliminate that. Yes, those diamonds are on the market. Even when we're hand selecting, if we're sourcing diamonds for our client, we make sure that the diamond is free of eye visible internal graining and striae. So this way you're not going to look into a diamond when you get it and it's going to have a hazy appearance. When it comes to HPHT grown diamonds, which is high pressure, high temperature, those also have and can have, or they also can have internal graining and striae. It's not as common in CVD. It's always there. In HPHT, it's sometimes there. But usually the problem with HPHT grown diamonds is they possess an overblue, which makes it look steely or almost like a bluish tint, making it not look like a natural diamond. So both of these adverse optical effects in both CVD and HPHT grown diamond, you will not get in the August Vintage or Distinctive brand of diamonds. Okay? And yes, when you check out, you do got to pay for it. But this is covering the cost of the rough, the manufacturing, the whole process, and getting it all done. And with lab grown, you're getting it at a uber fraction of the price of what they would sell for as mined. So these are the important things you need to know with regards to custom cutting diamonds when it comes to lab grown. Alrighty, so you got all those different points, and I mean, we do have a good inventory of the August Vintage brands on hand. There are some sizes and that we're lacking in, but as long as you communicate to us the size you're looking for, and as long as you're fine with D through G colors, VS1 and higher clarities, which with lab-grown diamonds you could get and very inexpensively, relatively speaking. And top of the line optics with regards to brightness, fire, contrast, and scintillation. This is the route to go. Okay, and you could simply Google our name, Distinctive Gem. You can ask your AI, tell me about Distinctive Gem, and I don't care what AI program you use. We have a reputation that precedes us now for over, ever since 1998, and AI knows it. Okay, so whether you're using Grok or Gemini or Microsoft Copilot or ChatGPT, those are the best. You can search on Reddit, Pricescope, various forums and stuff like that. Our track record precedes us. And you can go to the reviews right on the homepage of our website. We have, there are so many more, but you can, and people who have been writing about us, people have been writing about us online now for decades. So we're not new to this game. If there's any questions you have, feel free to email me at info@distinctivegem.com, and we're more than happy to answer any questions you may have. And we look forward to being of service to you. Thank you for watching.